This is the U.S. housing cost trend, rent versus purchase from 1960 to 2025. This
Wow.
from 1960 to 1980 was fairly stable. Then from 1980 to 2025, it is a fucking uphill avalanche. 400% increase in cost of purchase. Now, you mentioned that that includes taxes. Does it though?
See, here's the thing. I've been out of the game a while, but typically when you rent a place, it's usually a little bit cheaper than if you were to buy it, depending upon the location. Again, I've been out of the game for a long time.
That's not the case anymore. That's not the case anymore. I'm sitting on a $900 mortgage for our little house here on a 15-year mortgage, and the 2-bedroom townhouse that we had down in Rochester is now, I think, $2,100 a month, and we got it at $1,100 a month just a couple of years back.
It doubled. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
Yeah. If we were renting right now, if Mrs. Battle Dwarf and I were renting right now, we wouldn't be able to afford to live, basically.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So how long have you had that house up there now?
21.
So about 4 years?
4 years. We're coming up on exactly 4 years at the end of this month.
And that's on a 15-year mortgage, not a 30?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we got in lucky. We got in right when it was still, I think, 2.5%.
Yeah, don't.
We got it, and then the next month, it went to 8.
Wow.
And we're like, whoa, boy, did we duck a fucking bullet there. But this is the price of rent and housing. You can see how it skyrocketed, and the boomers with their pull yourself up by your bootstraps thing. Well, they can't. Kids can't keep up with this shit.
Here's another.
They're living 3 and 4 people to an apartment.
Here's another thing that's popping into my head: is there's numbers out there, that are estimating we have between 30 and 50 million illegal aliens in this country, and they have to live somewhere.
And that drives rent through the fucking roof.
We're seeing it right there.
2 ways. 2 ways that drives rent through the roof. Numbers, bodies, just warm bodies. And then these landlords, many of the apartments now are owned by corporations in Rochester and Troy, the northern suburbs of Detroit. I'll sum it up that way. Is mostly owned by Singh Management Company. And guess what? They're Indians.
Oh, nice.
And they own all of the rental units. And they act like Indians in India when they're handling rent. They just jack shit up. They don't take care of their properties. You can't get anything done ever. But when they get illegals or migrants in, they actually raise the rent on them because they're not paying. Those illegals are not paying the rent. The government is. And just like with healthcare,
boom,
the landlords know this and they jack the rent up. And they end up jacking the rent up on everybody around them, but they don't care. Because if I leave, if Joe Whitey leaves, right, they can just take an illegal and stick them in there and collect another government check. And that honeypot might be coming to an end. Trump just said he's issuing an executive order to put illegals out of housing, particularly Section 8 housing. Now, a lot of people are crying about that, but here's why that's: 1, an illegal alien is illegal. You're harboring a fugitive. That is a federal crime. 2, Section 8 housing is dependent on federal funds. So the federal government actually does control that funding and can say, hey, we're yanking this if you don't move those people out. So I think his statement's got a lot more clout than people realize. How that relates to this and the cost of everything, these corporations that are buying up housing and all these properties all over. Have you heard about the BlackRock thing?
Yeah. And we've talked about that on the show quite a few times.
Where they buying up all the housing and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I get calls and letters at my house in Berkeley for all of that.
Oh, they want to buy your house?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. This is the Federal Reserve Bank at St. Louis. And I don't know why it's showing that particular screen. Let's change it to this tab instead. Oh, that's why, because it opened a whole new window while I wasn't looking, because fuck you, it's a government website. You can see here, you can see the consumer price index for all urban consumers for all items, money market activities, federal funds, and unemployment rate by metro area. Wow, that's odd. It looks suspiciously like the entire West Coast is fucked in the gotas.
We can't see it. Can you make it bigger?
Okay, that's what she said.
Yeah.
I had actually made it bigger.
There it is.
Let's see here. Now, this is the consumer price index for all urban consumers, all items in the U.S. city averages. Let's see if I can slide this to the side here. Where's my slider to the sider? Oh, here we go. I see what it did. This is consumer price, money market activities, federal funds, overnight rate. Look at right around 2002. It goes through the fucking roof. Interest rates go up.
You mean 2022?
2022.
Yes.
I do mean 2022.
Okay.
That coincides with the whole COVID thing. Federal funds effective rate, target range, upper limit and lower limit, secured overnight financing rate, interest rate on reserve balances, money market activities. There, and then unemployment rate by metro area, and all the usual suspects are experiencing. I would expect New York to be hit worse than that. It doesn't appear to be that bad. California obviously is the pits. Detroit is, and Grand Rapids and Lansing.
They've been
Michigan
since the 60s. Since
Chicago. Yeah, it is a mess there. But yeah, that map surprises me a little bit. There were a couple of areas like Atlanta, for example, and Miami that I thought would be worse. But apparently they're doing not as terrible as I thought.
Well, but you can't listen. I don't really know if we can trust those numbers because a lot of those blue cities and states have been caught fudging their numbers in various ways.
That's true.
So I mean, yeah, I get it, but can we really trust it?
Yep. So the reason I'm showing you the Fred site here, this is fred.stlouisfed.org. It will be in the links. This is where all of the data is coming from that we're using on the show tonight. Well, most of the data that we're using is coming from here. And this particular one, while it may read interest rates, secured overnight financing rate, etc., what this represents right here from 2022, that huge spike like that, represents finance companies like BlackRock and Blackstone basically buying everything up and creating huge piles of wealth, essentially.
And jacking up the demand, because if they bought all of this property and they're not actually renting it out, so then you're going to have more demand, which is going to drive prices up.
And these finance companies, the only thing they care about is their spreadsheets. They don't care about people. They don't care about the country. Most of them don't even identify as having a country per se. Yeah. They're straight up globalists.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.